Hi there, everybody. My name is Dr. Kingsley Okonkwo, and I'm happy to see you on our page. It's been a minute. Good to see all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, today again we're delving into one of those very, very important topics. Um, we're talking about 7 things they don't tell you about divorce. Now, before we go into today's topic, and who I have here, he needs no introduction. We've done a blockbuster YouTube interview last year or so, or some time ago, that really broke the internet because of the level of depth, the level of discovery, and revelation that was in that YouTube video on divorce. We did the topic, is divorce a sin? Then we did how my first marriage crashed. Then we did how I bounced back from a divorce. It was a blockbuster. It really rocked the internet. And we have him here again. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel.
Salute.
Welcome,
My
sir.
brother, how you doing now?
Very well, very well.
Thank God.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank God for his grace and mercy.
Mercy.
Thank God, say God no be man.
No. That is amazing. So, if you've not watched those 3 episodes, you need to watch them. You need to just go watch them. Trust me, they broke the internet, and there was so much revelation, so much depth. And I'm going to ask him the impact of it. But before we go that, I want to ask him one question first, because I still saw a comment today, a fresh comment today, that said both of us support divorce. Because of that, those YouTube videos we put up, that we support divorce. So answer for yourself now. Emoji, do you support
we don't
divorce?
support divorce. You see, anyone that has made that statement has not watched the entire video. If you when the video came out, there were a lot of reactions, but for me it was like 80-20. The reaction was more positive than negative. And when people called me, then I said, have you watched the entire? Because they saw the clips. I know with this clickbait generation, all they want to see is
Yes,
and they run with
yes.
the. So I said, when they watch the 3 parts, oops, because it was so clear. We didn't plan it that way.
Yes.
But at the end of the, when I sat down, I had to watch it with my wife and my boy, and it was like, wow, we went this far. It was like the Holy Ghost took control of that.
Yes.
Because I think it was just it took a while. You were there, I said, look,
You're not ready to go that deep yet.
something that I've learned. So because for 17 years I didn't say anything.
Yes.
I kept going, but I had to pray about it. You kept talking with that. I said, look, my brother, if I have to do this thing, there's no way I can be doing it without being real. I have to now talk about what I've never spoken about. And I was not planning to do because of the kids, but they're adults, of course.
Yes,
they're adults. So I just felt, look, let me pray about it. And when I had the release that this is the right time and this is the right platform, that's why I did it. But my brother, calls, apologies, I have voice notes, text message from pastors who we are sorry. Oh, we didn't know, you didn't say anything.
What were they apologizing about?
Apologizing for judging me wrongly. Apologizing for not even knowing the truth, but just running with the normal narrative. The normal narrative is, these pastors.
Yes.
They will just divorce their wife, marry their secretary.
Yes.
Divorce their wife, marry. So they just, and so in fact, one of them said, anytime he sees me preaching and I'm talking integrity, it's like, what integrity? You want integrity? So, but now that he himself has now realized that he was deceived, that it was because when God told me, keep quiet, I will fight for you, I kept quiet. I never said anything. Even members of my church,
I never heard the story.
When they were like, you mean this happened? People don't know. I didn't say anything. So it was like, even my PA that was there that day was crying. Wow. When we go into the car, I said, that's it. I'm working with you, all these things. I didn't even know that, you mean you are carrying this and you are still doing all this, that I hope this is the, So when the whole, I say, that thank God, because the level of people who meet me, you set us free, you delivered us. In fact, because the hypocrisy of the church is on another level. And people need authentic leadership. And that's why we are losing. Look at somebody saying, you'll be shocked that the person saying that, you may discover that the person is a divorcee.
Yeah.
Maybe they are struggling with their own personal trauma and how to interpret their reality.
Yeah.
But religion, because religion is very terrible.
Yes.
I've said it over and over again, religion is more dangerous than the devil. You see, when you practice Christianity as a religion, you are going to be a pawn in the
Yes.
hands of charlatans behind the pulpit.
Yes.
When you practice Christianity as a religion, you're going to be a victim of the myopic, limited, uninformed, unexposed interpretation of scriptures
Yes.
of the people you listen to.
Yeah.
They will tell you one thing today, tomorrow they will say, "Oh, God has spoken to me, I've changed my mind."
Yeah.
But what of all the people you've told what you told? So, and a lot of pastors too don't, like I always say this, to be a lawyer, you go to school, graduate, go to law school, then you continue to get recertified. To be a doctor, you go to school, then you do medical school, housemanship, you continue to be certified. To be a pastor, all you need is to say you heard the voice.
Voice of God. We've never
That only you heard, that nobody else
Yes.
heard. And people's destiny are in your hand. And
Yes.
over 80% of pastors did not go to Bible school.
Yes.
So they are not even
Much.
theologically sound.
Sound.
They are not, so they just carry personal revelation, turn it to a doctrine, personal experience, turn it to a doctrine. So when they even see, you see, when you know the truth, it's easy to detect a lie.
Yes.
But when lie is perpetuated over and over again, it
Okay,
becomes
that's
your
truth.
truth.
Yes.
And because a lot of people don't also understand the hypocrisy of the church,
Yes.
they get into this victim level. And I tell people, you don't believe in miracle until you need one.
Yes.
And people will do one thing, come to the pulpit and preach
Say
another
another thing.
But I believe, God hates divorce, but he does not hate the divorcee. The divorce is not something that anybody wake up one day and say, let me go and get married so that in 5 years' time,
I
I'm
can
just
divorce.
divorced. No. But life happens.
Because this is somebody you're sharing your whole life with, probably
And-
have kids together with.
Oh my God.
So there's no easy divorce.
There's none. And that's why there are things that they don't tell you.
Yes, about divorce.
So if you think it's palatable, don't try
don't
it.
try it. before we go further, please, if you are watching, after the impact of the last 3 videos we did, please everybody go and watch that video. All right, there was part 1, part 2, part 3 because of how intense it was. After that, we got a lot of calls and messages, and you also mentioned that you got a lot as well.
People wanted premarital counseling.
Yes, people
but,
wanted. Yes.
Premarital counseling. People are married. They say, okay, we are ready to work on it. Can we go through a counseling session? So it costs money.
Yes.
It costs
there were even those that also
then those that are divorced
already. They need
that say,
help.
okay, what do I now do? Can I remarry and all those stuff? So
yes, and because the church largely focuses on singles and married,
Yeah.
but we don't do so much. I know we do some once in a while, but we don't do so much for people that are single after married.
yeah.
All right. So there's singles, there's married, there's no single after married, because there's some people that are now single
Yeah.
after marriage, either by death or by divorce.
Yeah.
They are now single again.
Yeah.
After marriage. We need to also provide ministry for them. So we have set up part of our ministry that does counseling. We've set up a proper divorce arm. So if you need that, please reach out. These counselors, some of them are divorced, some are not, but they are learned, they are experienced, some have legal background as well. So they are learned in the area of divorce. So if you are considering divorce, they can advise you, help you really ascertain if that is the best move. Because sometimes some people have jumped ship and thought it was easier. They were jumping from frying pan.
The grass is not green on the other side. So if you water your own. So I say to people, if you don't have what you love what you have.
Yes. So they will help you make sure the divorce you're thinking about, is that the best thing for you? Then if you're already divorced, they will also help you navigate, because that's an experience by itself that most people don't know how to navigate. Then if you're also thinking of remarrying as a divorcee, you need to also prepare. Then if you're thinking of marrying someone that is divorced, because in every divorce case, sometimes the 2 people were wrong or bad. Sometimes the 2 people might even be good and just lack knowledge. But sometimes there's one bad person that corrupted the union. And when you want to marry a divorce, you need to be sure that the person
is not the bad person.
Not the bad person you are choosing.
If they are the bad person, they have learned their lesson. They have changed.
Because if not, they will just reproduce.
After their kind.
Yes, because the divorce rate among divorcees is higher than the normal marriage. So because some of them are just carrying the problem to another marriage instead of actually learning the lesson. So this divorce department we have will help you process if I should even divorce at all, if I should go back to my marriage. Because some marriages are divorced, I need to come back. If I one of my guys out here in Houston, we're planning to shoot with his wife. I call the series I'm doing "My Divorce Failed, but My Marriage Worked." So we're looking at people that have divorced and came back together. I have one of them even right here in the audience with me as well. So we're going to do that. Just help make sure people are getting help. And as we travel around the world, we do Q&A. People ask me questions from the Slido or from the audience. But every time at the end, people come privately. People that are divorced, because they couldn't ask their question publicly and say, I'm divorced, or I'm planning to divorce, or I've just divorced. What do I do? So we found out there was a demand as well for people, in that space to receive, ministry, as well. So before we go into today's topic, just for the records, do you support divorce?
No, I don't. I don't, because I believe that the ideal for anyone is to find love and enjoy that love in their lifetime. But when life happens, life happens.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that because you have divorced, then you have missed the purpose of God for your life, or you will not fulfill the purpose of God for your life. Life happens. So I don't believe in divorce. I don't believe that people should divorce. I believe that there is no problem that cannot be solved, but it takes two. Only one person cannot make
solve,
marriage
yeah.
work. And I've said this over and over again. There is no marriage that has ended in divorce that did not have a chance to survive,
Yes.
if the two people were willing
willing
to
to
work
put
on
in
it.
the work.
And there's no marriage that is doing well today that did not have a chance to break,
Yes.
except for the fact that the two
Two
people
people put in the
decided
work.
to work on it. So I've been in meetings to speak, friends doing 25, 45 years. I've even done 50-year wedding anniversary where I'm the speaker.
Yeah.
And I know the friend that is doing 50 years
Yes.
wedding anniversary. I
Yes,
know
so that's
the story.
many water.
There are
not that
many
different.
but you see, it's like I said to people, it's like a cake. When you are eating the cake, is sweet, but what makes up the cake? Raw egg, raw flour,
Yeah.
raw
You
sugar.
can't eat any of those
You
things.
can, so,
They are
but
not
when they
tasty
come together,
together.
so when you see 50 years, it's 50 years of forgiveness, forbearance, endurance, sometimes separation and return. But you don't have all those because people don't share all those things.
Yes.
They just package everything and say,
The highlights.
they
They
just
show the
give the
highlights.
testimony.
Yes.
God did it. I go run am. And then they won't tell you all the other things. So, I don't believe in divorce, even though I've been divorced. And it doesn't mean I will judge people, but I just know that life happens. Because as a pastor, last year I celebrated 35 years in full-time ministry. In 36 years of being in ministry, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And like we said, people should just go and watch this. It was really very balanced.
Yes.
Watching it back by myself, I'm like, wow, this thing really covered a lot of ground.
It was a divinely orchestrated thing.
Yeah.
So for those that will still come in the comment section and say these two pastors are not real men of God, I still got that chance coming today.
Now you don't go gather lawyer and say, see, you have no created lawyer to be helping people to live their marriage.
You made a statement that people don't know. They don't know the purpose of a miracle until they need it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know the purpose of divorce. It was even God, even though it was not God's original plan, but it was God that still created divorce.
Yeah.
Because some people were being oppressed.
Yeah.
So you need to understand the origin of some of these things.
Yeah.
All right. It's not men that came up with divorce, but people were being oppressed in marriage. And God said, look, it's better to let this person go into their freedom. God hates divorce, but God hates oppression.
Yeah.
God hates depression.
He hates lies.
He hates lies. He hates many things. All right. So he hates violence.
Yeah.
It's there. So we cannot support divorce. It makes no sense. My whole ministry is built on marriage. So if I believe in divorce, then I must be one of the biggest fools in the world. Because it makes no sense. So we definitely do not support divorce. However, we know it does happen. We know there are times that is beyond your control, and it does happen, and people still need support and counsel, while they go there. So God's perfect will is, of course, for people to live together. Same way God's perfect will is for people to walk in divine health. But people will get sick. That's the reality of life. All right, so please let's be clear on that before we go into today's. We spent quite a long time on the intro.
Yes, to help the skeptics and help the religious mindset.
Yes, we got a lot of is it flashback they call it, or pushback? That these two men of God, they are not real men of God. In fact, your own was worse than my own. They said Pastor Kingsley was even balancing it. But Pastor Olumide Emmanuel, he believed that you go and watch the full story. It was a moment of vulnerability for him, like you mentioned. Most people were shocked when they heard the full story. The impact was all over the world. Really. We got feedback from everywhere,
all over the world.
People that were healed, because they've gone through something like that. The church, ostracized them.
Do you know what I went to? Wisdom for singles now. It was like
stadiums.
Everybody said,
nobody wants to.
Physician, heal thyself.
Yes, nobody wants to touch you. The church does that. They will just
put it everywhere, dry up. Churches that I bought land for. People I bought equipment for that I was preaching every year. The old door just shut down. Palm.
Yes.
It's as if your own don't finish.
Yes.
So you are not God.
Yes.
God does not need people's approval.
Except you're not really a human, or you don't even have the spirit of God. You can't watch those 3 videos, and what you would think is that this man is just. You need to first sympathize with what has happened, what he has been through. If you listen well, you will see what happened first.
Do you know that some of the people that were against me then, some of them have divorced?
You see,
I didn't even know. They were now calling me, my brother. I faced my own. No, then I say, they were now say, so he said, I said, but you didn't say I can't call you when I've judged you.
Judge you before?
And now realize that, hey, I don't say my own. They wait for me in front.
Yes.
But it is well.
But let's so go and watch basically. So let's get to today, emoji. What are 7 things they don't tell us?
Number 1, it leaves a scar. It leaves a scar. You see, this is my finger here. You can see this scar here. I was not yet 10 years old when I fell by the side of our house in the place, and then bottle, caught this hand, and it had to be stitched.
Wow.
So I was not 10 years. So this scar has been there for over 40 years.
Wow.
Over 40 years, and I'm still looking at it in my hand right
there.
now. So the same way you have a physical scar when there is a wound, when there is a divorce, there's a scar. The scar is there because whether you like it or not, it's like a woman that did D and C.
Yes.
Even though the wound is healed, or CS or whatever, it's healed, the scar is there. So that's the way it is. So many times people are carrying that scar because there's something that happened contrary to your plan and your expectation, contrary to, because nobody goes to the wedding day to say, because see, I tell people, you meet someone, you go through the process, and then you go to the altar and say, I do. The same 2 people that said I do, we end up in the court and say irreconcilable difference. There are no irreconcilable difference, only irreconcilable people.
Yes.
It's because you are not willing to pay the price, and only one person cannot make it work. So there's that scar. That's the one. So they don't tell you, but the scar is there. So it's like, I don't know if to use this example, but I've sat down with a lot of people that are, plus size, and no matter how much they try to prove that I'm okay with my size, I'm okay, they are not really okay. Sometimes like you can't be okay with this. So down a few years down the line, they will now begin to tell you their story. I did this, but you were telling us you were okay. So there is a scar, and people need to understand that. You see, a woman gets pregnant, gives birth to a child. The experience she goes through, no man can explain it. No matter the revelation you have, because you have not gone through it.
Yeah.
When Jesus spoke to Peter, he said, Peter, there is an experience you will go through. He said, Satan has desired to sift you like a wheat. He said, but when you are converted, strengthen your brethren. Going through divorce leaves a scar that gives you the opportunity to help other people not to be scarred. And so your misery becomes a ministry. It becomes something that you can now use to help you to say, don't go that route, or this is the way to. So that's number 1. It leaves a scar. And many times people don't talk about that. Number 2, it leaves a stigma. Till tomorrow, there are people that no matter what you say,
yes,
Olumide Emmanuel is a persona non grata.
Yes, he's not a man of God.
No matter what you say, let him raise the dead. Forget it.
Yes.
I love that guy. I love his message, but that divorce thing, there's no way anybody can explain to me. People tell me, man of God, I appreciate you, but that thing, because I can't tell you this. Look, one of my friends called me, and he said somebody called him that he didn't know it. He said, my brother, you didn't tell me you are doing this thing now. After 17 years, you did. He said, who is this Kingsley guy? What did he do to convince you to talk that people have been calling me in London? He said, I had to go and watch it. He said, because I didn't know. He said, then when the people now were calling, he said, no, have you said now? He said, but you didn't even tell them that all the things you said that they're shouting. You didn't say, say now only Islam. You never thought, I said, no, we can't go there.
Go to that deep.
Yeah, so am I going to expose everything to you? So people don't understand things. So it leaves a scar, it leaves a stigma. So the stigma is still there. Some people till tomorrow they will go to, I don't go to a church where the pastor has divorced and remarried.
Yes.
There are people, one of my pastors did not greet my wife.
Yes, your current wife.
For 14 years.
Wow.
He has never one day gone to say happy wedding anniversary.
Wow.
One of my top guys. And I called her, I said, my wife will say, this guy, I greet him, he doesn't greet me, I don't understand.
Wow.
My baby, it's like, and when I called him, he said, it's true. That I don't have any problem, but that, once somebody has divorced and remarried, I don't like celebrating remarriage. So it's not about you. I honor you, I honor your wife, but I'm telling you,
Wow.
to say happy wedding anniversary, to say happy wedding anniversary to my wife is like he's endorsing
Yes, yes.
divorce.
In his own books.
A great man of
In his
God.
own
Oh.
books, this marriage
This
is
guy
not,
is a solid man of God on all level. But you can see what that is. It's a software. Once it's locked in,
locked in.
he couldn't just understand that. How do you say you honor a man and you're not greeting the wife? Now me divorce, my wife no divorce now.
Yes.
It is me that divorced her and married. That's our own first marriage. And yet, but that's so you have the stigma. So even you won't marry divorcee, it's part of what you will have to be ready to carry the
along.
stigma, because some people will believe that, oh, now you destroyed the marriage.
Yes,
you
yes. You are the one that was, yes.
You are the one that, maybe you are the one that prayed against the marriage. You know, there are all kinds of things that when people talk like this, you are like, where did your mind come up with this kind of script? So there will be that stigma that will be there. So some people just believe that you are not a man of God. Some people believe there is no message you can preach. Some people just believe that you cannot be trusted. Some people just, so there are all kinds of things out there. So you have to face it. There are some people that have now, after that time, that's when they now started inviting me back.
Wow.
After the interview, say, man of God, you need to come back. Oh, we need you. I've been seeing you going up and up. I say, I wish I can invite this man, but that thing. But now they are now wanting to invite me back. I'm like, hello. So that stigma is one thing they don't tell you. You carry the stigma. You know, everywhere you go, there will be people that will still be looking at you, that will still be judging you, that will never accept you. So just accept yourself because God has accepted you, and focus on your focus and move on with your life and destiny. And there's also good on number 3. They don't tell you that you will have to carry some baggages for the rest of your life. Do you know that up until, I think even January this year, January, I went to up until January this year, I met someone that was not even aware of anything. I was still asking, he's asking of my
17 years after.
No, we are talking like 2005. That's 20 years after.
20 years after. Somebody was asking you of your...
Say, that how you have moved from that place that I used to. I just kept quiet. I say, it is well. God is in control. What do you want to start saying? That's a baggage you are still carrying.
Yes.
There are people that, I don't know if I said it, like I have books. I had to lose books worth over 10 million naira that still has the names
Name of your,
and the video,
yes,
and the picture of,
yes,
my ex, and because my books are all over the world.
Yes.
So if somebody called me from Arkansas, you say, Pastor, your books are here, 3 Ghana must go of books. By the time I say, show me the book, I say, just give it away to anybody you want to give, because it's so there is a baggage you still have to carry, because if you now say, okay, you are remarried, maybe you now marry another divorcee, or that one to come with children, there will be blended family.
Yeah.
You have to carry that baggage. Now you have 2 children from this one, children from this one. It's a baggage.
Yeah.
It's a baggage that you have to deal with, and sometimes the baggage is, a major continual reminder.
Yes.
Of this happened, that happened. So when you think, oh, we are good, somebody will ask you a question or say something that will take you back again. You're like, hey, oh God, now, wow. So this is not the head.